young boy. And he was in knickers, a short haircut. She gathered early 1800s, Victorian. And she said, well, he's about here, so I started, taking pictures. Even before she could load them up on her computer, sometimes you can't see orbs until you load them up on your screen. She could right away because the orbs were bright purple. Everywhere she felt where he was, there was a purple orb. And every picture was in a different place. Now, that was very warm, so he was gathering a lot of her energy, but he was just simply having fun running back and forth across the room. By then, I got a little bit nervous because we were finding lots of children's ghosts, and it was kind of sad. I thought, I know the mortality rate was higher, but these children just died so young. That's when she assured me that many children don't die as children. I guess when you go into the spirit world, you get some choices. If you want to haunt Aunt Edna's vase if you want to haunt a vase because your niece didn't give it away, or gave it away and didn't keep it, or something like that, or a particular place, you can. If you want to stay at your gravesite, you can. Or you can go back to your happiest time. Well, we find a lot of children. Why? Didn't you have a lot of fun as a kid? Not a lot of responsibilities, no house payments, right? So that's why we find a lot of children. So that was kind of a double example there. Now, the hotel, being a brand new hotel from 2000, is one of the most haunted buildings in Genoa. Because while we were there in the lobby, before we went to 205, Sandy said, there's a man standing over in the side of the lobby. Well, I knew what she meant because I couldn't see him. And he looked like he came from the turn of the century, maybe a stagecoach driver sort of look, bushy, corduroy outfit, etc. And he was just standing there. Next time we went back, I said, see if you can talk to him, because I'd done a little bit more research, and I knew every building that stood there before the fire of 1910. She got him to talk to her, and he said, I'm rooming here. And I said, oh, okay, well, he's rooming here, but where is he rooming? She says, he says the Union Hotel. It's a Country Inn is a large hotel now, but where he was standing would have been the third building in. It was Union Hotel. You know why I know it was before 1910? Because it was called the Central Hotel in 1910. Research, paranormal, starts to put stories together. That's why my motto for Genoa Historic Ghost Tours, which is my business, is Genoa, where the ghosts help to tell the history, and I do believe that. I'm going to tell you another quick anecdote before I go on. We had a story that it took a year to put together. We were telling it in different parts, and it was a wonderful story. The old Genoa Bar. Okay, it's been there 160 years, a little bit longer than the state of Nevada. Well, Sandy and I were in there one day to meet the owner. I think it was the same day. My gosh, we didn't get the whole tour done that because everybody wanted to tell Sandy about their ghosts. So we've got ghosts for every building we stop at on my tour. My tour is down to 2 hours, by the way, so you can go on. We just have 3 different tours. So we went into the bar to meet Willie Webb, who's the current owner, and he came out and he says, I'll be right back. I've got to go back in the office, get the phone. I've got to make a phone call, but don't leave. I want to meet you guys and tell you some more stories. So when he went back in his office, Sandy goes, there's a man right back there by the jukebox. Anybody who's been in the old Genoa Bar, back corner, there's a jukebox now underneath Raquel Welch's bra. That's a whole other story. It's on my tour. And she says, there's a man there that, he's a biker. Looks like he passed in 1970s. I don't get a name because Sandy sees and hears, but all psychics have different kind of abilities, and she just doesn't get names a lot, right? For some reason, she doesn't get names. So that's where we left it. And then Willie came back and he says, so you're a psychic, you do paranormal investigation? And we said, yeah. And he says, well, he goes, I had a team in here about 7 years ago, and he goes, I don't put a lot of stock in what they came up with. He says, they didn't seem too professional. But if you want a story for your tour, I'll give it to you. Here it is. He says, they came in, they found a few different things, took pictures,